You might want to stick around for this one. It's going to piss a lot of people off. It's not my intention. I'm just here to bring the facts. We're going to break into the word indigenous. A lot of people are using indigenous and Aboriginal. So let's break it down and I can show you what it means. And then I'm going to offer you something in replacement of that. Here we go. Indigenous, adjective, originating, growing, or produced in a certain place or region. The synonym is native. So you already know where I'm going with that. Number 2, being a member of the original inhabitants of a particular place. Inhabitant. We're going to check that one too. 3, of, belonging to, or characteristics of such inhabitants. Why do I keep stressing in? I'll let you know. So as I study linguistics and the law of grammar, what I've learned is in means no or not or unable, just like incapable, unable to do or achieve. There's more. We have inability, the state of being unable to do something. We have insecure, you're not secure, or not firmly fixed, liable to give way or break, or of a person not confident or assured, uncertain, and anxious. There's also incompetent, right? You are not competent. So let's go back to indigenous. Now, if in means no, what does indigenous mean? So we got to break it down. So in we know means no, but what does indigenous mean? Indigenous, as defined, is bisexual, of or pertaining to both sexes. Not saying you're bisexual, but just saying it pertains to two sexes. Done by the two sexes, synergetic, originating from opposite sexes. So that means the indigenous means not able to sexually reproduce, or it's not pertaining to the sexes. So why would we say something like that, indigenous? And most of the time, throughout all the definitions I found, it actually meant more about plants being indigenous to a certain land or region. But let's take it a step further. So as you can see here, it means sexually reproductive. Let's check something else. Here it says indigenous means an indigenous person who was born in a particular place. It didn't say anything about it being the original or originating or being from the origin. It just says being in a particular place. Let's go a little further. Now, when I go to Google Translate, indigenous from Latin to English means the same. So let's flip it around. Now, from English to Latin, indigenous means nativus. As you can tell, it means native in Latin. Let's keep going. And what does nativus mean? From Latin to English, native. Now we know native means you're just born in a place, but your ancestors are from another place. You were just born here. That's native. That's why we can't be Native Americans. Let's keep going. Now, Aboriginal. If we put Aboriginal in the translate area from Latin to English, it just means Aboriginal. There's nothing there. But check this out. As I tell everyone, you're going to have to space out the ab and the original so it says from the original. If you put them together, ab meaning no, like abnormal, it means you're not original. Let's keep going. Now, if we do it from English to Latin, Aboriginal means archetypus, which, as you know, means archetype. And look at that at the bottom. Indigene, native, Aboriginal, they all mean the same. So I keep saying, don't say that. I got a word for you. Hold on. Archetypus means archetype, which means a very typical example of a certain person or thing. We already covered person, persona, mask, not you, not man or woman. Doesn't say man or woman. And it says thing. Okay, now the second one is an original that has been imitated. It's imitated. It's an imitation. All right, let's keep going. Let me show you something. Archetype comes from Greek. Arche, primitive, tupos, a model. Okay, something molded first as a model, but it's molded first. It's not the original. Let me show you something. Now, when you space out Aboriginal, it literally means a member of the original people to live in an area. So you can say Aboriginal, you just have to make sure that you space it. Don't put them together. Words are important, just like law. Law is very specific. Ignorance of the law, of grammar or any law, is no excuse. Let's keep going. Now, when I type in origine is what I say that we are. It comes up origin. I know this is in the French. Let's check the Latin. So in the Latin, origine means I originated. See, this is why I tell people to say that you are an originee of this land. We can't be Aboriginal. You can be Ab-original, but you can't be Indigenous. Happy Indigenous Day. You guys can't sexually reproduce because you're all in gender wars and you just don't read and you don't know what's going on and you'd rather put value of somebody else's money on top of your own men and women, but I digress. Let's keep going. So to wrap it up, when you call yourself Indigenous or Aboriginal without the spaces, you are essentially calling yourself a native. What's a native? Here we go. Native, noun, a person born in a specified place or associated with a place by birth, whether subsequently resident there or not. So that's why I say, if you're going to use Aboriginal, space it out. Or go to the root and just say you're an originee. I originated from this land. And this isn't to try and downgrade or talk down to any other cultures or complexions. No. All of you have your country of origin. For some reason, we have forgotten, but now we're remembering. So it's important to use the words because the words have power. Words are spells. We're dealing with word magic here. You can call it legalese, you can call it whatever you want, but it's word magic. And it's about making sure that you actually produce the energy coming from your vocal cords vibration in order to manifest or be securely who you are, so that people know that there's no room for doubt. So you're not Aboriginal, you're Ab-original, capital A, capital O, but you can't be Indigenous. You're not able to sexually reproduce? I mean, come on, y'all. You're originally from this land, originally called Tamari, Tamaru. So make sure you join my workshop. We're going to be breaking down this word magic, right? Join it. It's on Discord. And then my lives every Sunday, 3 p.m. West Coast, 6 p.m. East Coast on Zoom. And I will be recording them, but make sure you get in now, because if you fall back any further, I don't know. So until next time, Sacred Corpus, Valet.